Welcome, everybody, to the
I'm Fat Podcast.
Snacks are best saved for later.
With Jay Zawoski.
That man ate all our shrimp and 2 plastic lobsters.
And Rick Camp.
Out the mist came a beast more stomach than man.
Welcome into another edition of the I'm Fat Podcast, brought to you by our sponsors, Charlie the Bacon Guy, Mazda of Orland Park, Frato's Culinary Kitchen, and I Love Fries. I am Rick Camp alongside fellow fat Jay Zawoski. What did I do? Because you're giving me a weird look.
I'm laughing at myself. If you're watching us on YouTube, you can see all the crap I've removed from my office and have not moved out of the camera shot. I just noticed the pile of crap behind me. A mini fridge, all the boxes I took home, the Iron Mountain box where everyone sees you walking to the elevator like, well, you're fired.
Yep.
When you have the Iron Mountain box. Yes. So, yeah, I did not do a good job of tidying up. So there's your incentive to tune into YouTube this week. YouTube.com/I'mFatPodcast and see all the crap from my office that is yet to be put away at home.
You know what's worse? One thing I didn't even notice until you said it.
So bad.
When you have the box of stuff and you have to walk to the train with it.
Yeah.
And you actually got fired.
Okay, yeah.
That's a downer, but like anyway.
Yeah,
that's hilarious.
I drove on bringing crap home day. Which means
that's a good call.
Which means on Friday I had nothing in my office. I'm like, where's my phone charger? Oh, that's not here. Oh, where's my pens? Don't need those.
Yeah, it's like where's my giant thing of summer sausage that I just slice a piece off of whenever I want?
Yeah, right. My sadness sausage. Anyway, thanks everybody for joining us. Make sure you're following us on all the social medias at I'm Fat Pod. That includes Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, Twitter, all those great things. We got new TikToks up last week.
Yeah.
Of our Irish food taste tests.
There was a lot.
Thanks to our buddy Matt Stearman, my buddy from Dublin, for hooking us up and sending us a giant box of food. And I put what was left of those Tato chips in the office kitchen there, and they were gone quickly.
Yes.
So people enjoyed the Tato, as we did as well. So check that out on our TikTok. What else? We've got our TeePublic shop. There's always sales going on there. So get some I'm Fat Podcast merch.
Yep.
And today, it is the 2022 March Fatness Selection Show. And let me tell you, Rick and I just finished it about 4 minutes ago.
We really did. It was like, I don't know why. Well, we know why for you this year, of like kind of got some things going on.
It's been busy for both of us. Yes.
Yeah.
But I'm very pleased with how it turned out. Mm-hmm. You know, I love how you're rattling off the brackets to me, and I'm writing them down, and I'm just laughing as we go. That's the whole idea.
It's perfect because you sent me yours first, so then I was like, okay, so now I know how to not double things, and then I still doubled something once because I'm an idiot.
Well, that's fine.
And then I changed it last minute, so it all
this
worked
year,
out.
a couple different categories. We're doing fat hacks is a category, famous fats,
yes,
fat accessories, and of course food items. So it'll be fun, but we're going to do a typical I'm Fat podcast. And instead of the Ask-A-Fats, we're going to unveil the Field of 64. Voting begins on Tuesday. The bracket will be made available that day as well at twitter.com. I did it again.
http://www.twitter.com/I'mFatPod.
Yeah. .html. Okay. Yes, voting will happen at I'm Fat Pod on Twitter starting on Tuesday. We'll give you exact times tomorrow because we still want to make sure we've got the bracket working correctly and you can vote on it and all that great stuff. So look for that on Tuesday, probably mid-morning. Look for around 10 a.m. or so. Anyway, if you joined us last week, I recapped my Florida trip and forgot like 2 of the favorite places I ate because it was such a long trip that I ate them on day 1 of the trip and just forgot.
Okay.
On the way down, I stopped at Arnold's in Nashville.
Yeah.
And Arnold's I know about because it is a place where John Prine used to spend all of his time when he was not on tour. It's a meet and 3.
Okay.
Have you ever heard of a meet and 3?
I mean, it sounds like a different tab that I haven't clicked on.
Yeah, you usually stop at 2.
Right.
Yeah. So a meet and 3 is a big in Nashville, big in the South. You basically, it's a restaurant, but it's a cafeteria style. Literally, where
Okay.
you have a tray and you go down the line and they say, "What meat do you want?" And like, for instance, when
Yes.
we went, they had fried chicken, catfish. I think they had beef tenderloin, and every day the menu changes. But I got fried chicken with mashed potatoes and mac and cheese. So you pick a meat and 3 sides. That's how it works. And then we also got dessert. I got banana pudding. Have you ever had fried green tomatoes?
No.
Hope got those. And I'm like, that doesn't sound appealing to me.
Yeah.
They were excellent.
Huh.
If you find a place that does them properly, and maybe some of our listeners know a place to get fried green tomatoes in the Chicagoland area, imfatpod@gmail.com. If you do, they were really tasty. Now I imagine it's because I was in Nashville at a proper meat and 3. They know what the hell they're doing. But this was some of the best damn fried chicken I've ever had. So if you're ever in Nashville, go to Arnold's. Great. And then Cookie's party, Grandma Cookie's 100th birthday, was catered by a place called Joey's. Joey's is a family from Oak Lawn that moved down there and opened a business. And the catering food is always sort of like,
It can be touch and go.
yeah, this was outstanding. And I was very much in the mode of like, okay, we're sort of like the hosts of the party, so I'm going to let people eat first. But I saw that lemon chicken, like that first tray was gone in like maybe 5 minutes. And I was like, okay, nice talking to you. I got to get in line because I don't want to miss out on that. So that was great. So if you ever need, but it's also a restaurant. It's not just catering. So Marco Island, Florida, Joey's Italian food, really, really good. So there, my wife can stop yelling at me. She's like, you forgot Joey's and Arnold. You're an idiot. I'm like, you are correct. I am an idiot, and I did forget those things.
Right. And you married an idiot.
Yes, she did. She's got terrible taste in men. I tell her this all the time.
Yeah.
Like, boy, you've got some really bad. Like, even her ex-boyfriends, I'm like, ugh. What are you doing? She dated this, like, real Jesus-y guy we went to college with. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Bad taste in men, Hope. Not great. It's not right. I mean, look, the track record stands for itself. You know? Like, you got this freaking guy who's got a podcast about being fat. Just what you always dreamed of as a little girl. I hope that my husband's a big fat ass. Just what she always wanted.
Or, as some of the listeners will say, you're not.
Whatever. I will I will take this shirt off and I will prove to all of you that I am still fat.
Okay.
I learned how to trim the beard a little bit, which has helped.
Yeah.
I crop it a little closer.
I'm so bad at trimming the beard. Like I just got a haircut obviously a couple days ago, so it's like nice and like the line is nice, but man, when it comes to actually like trimming the beard, it's like I think hitting when you go from above what should be my jaw to below what should be my jaw.
Yeah.
That's where like it doesn't blend well. And then I know when you get to like closer to like more the goatee area, you're kind of supposed to do like an extra blade shorter.
Oh,
like that type of thing.
That's
just
news
so
to me.
that because of how like the color is different.
okay.
That's something that I learned, and I haven't done that yet, and I'm probably not going to because that sounds like more work.
Yeah, I mean, I have lost a modest amount of weight, but I'm not skinny by any means. I'm 247.
Okay.
It's still, by all standards, I am obese, and I take blood pressure and diabetes medicine.
Go beast.
And I have bosoms.
Man, so today I went to one of the guys that stood up at my wedding, Pete, who's a really good friend. I went to his daughter Joya's 4th birthday party, and she is a girl just turning 4 who is in love with AM radio. Like her grandpa gave her like an old radio that he had, just like an old AM FM radio, so she could walk around. And if she didn't want to like watch something or listen to music, she could listen to
Just talk
AM
radio?
She liked sports talk radio. And I was like, why?
That's kind of cool.
It is kind of cool.
It's very unique.
It's extremely unique. So I was at the party. It was at 115 Bourbon Street over in Marionette Park. And man, like, cause I'd been there for a Bears pre and post before. I'm pretty sure the Tressman era kick the field goal on second down game.
Oh yes.
It was with Doug and Alex Brown, who was filling in for OB, who I believe was out because he fell off a ladder.
I remember that.
And yeah, and that happened then, and that was the first time I thought I was like this coach is gonna kill Doug and OB, like because they're just
you
like,
got the defibrillators next to Doug. You're like,
man,
just in case, Doug.
seriously.
You're okay. It's okay.
And like Alex is one of the nicest guys you'll ever meet, and then like the things he's trying to stop himself from saying because his family was there for part of it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it was definitely a thing. But either way, the food, the most important part here. For one thing, like fried chicken, there was a salad. There was like I don't know the flavor, but it was like bow tie pasta.
Okay.
That like it was kind of like peppery, and it was really good, and I had a lot.
They've got decent food there.
Yeah, and then just like potatoes like that were fried, but it was almost like more like a chunk than a fry. It was really good, and mac and cheese. So that was kind of like the catering style thing, because this was a big deal. Like they go all out with parties. They don't mess around. And then the dessert stuff too.
Yeah.
The desserts were extensive. You had like lemon cookies with like the little bit of icing on the top. There were brownies. I mean, there were like individual packs of birthday cake Hershey's Kisses.
Wow.
I mean, this was
For a fourth birthday?
They go all out.
Stay with that family, dude. Because when
I
you
know.
start to hit milestone birthdays, those parties are going to be epic. Yeah.
Damn right. Can't have one of those without letting Uncle Rick be there.
Exactly.
That's all I gotta say. So it was a lot of fun. Also saw like people that I haven't seen in forever that I used to work with over at ICB/IMS. So it was a lot of fun to do that today, and also and also eat good food.
Nice. That Bourbon Street, I've been there many times as someone who is born and raised on the South Side. You end up at parties there all the time.
I always forget just how big it is.
Oh, it used to be a Handy Andy.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
And I think they've expanded it even. So
yeah, like you could
it's
have
like four separate bars.
I was just gonna say you could have 4 restaurants in there.
Yeah. But I've been there where I did an event for the Score where it was like a Halloween party in one of the rooms. The other room was like a DJ concert.
Okay.
Then there's like the place where all the games happen. That's like a sports bar. Then there's an outdoor patio that's beautiful.
Yeah.
And full circle, Grandma Cookie used to play bags and bocce there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so Grandma Cookie was at 115 Bourbon Street all the time. That's the place where I tried alligator.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, they've got like fried gator on the menu, and it's fine. Tastes like chicken.
Okay.
It's funny you mention that because I also yesterday, my cousin Eric turned 30, and we got together for his 30th birthday, and it's the first time I've seen my like big group of family since COVID started.
Yeah.
But the beauty part was I showed up late to the party because I was at our buddy Tim Bach's birthday party. He just turned 40.
Oh,
Tim Bach from the Score.
nice.
Speaking of guys who lost weight, by the way.
Yeah, seriously. Because I remember seeing him even at like your 40th party, and I was like, this is not the person that. Mind you, I never worked with Tim, but like having seen old pictures, I was like, this is not him.
Yeah, so he looks great. So went to his party, hung out for a few hours, then went to I think it's called Bar 106, 106th and Pulaski. Just a little kind of tiny little place. You drive past it a million times, but really cool place. And then they got catering from the Whistle, which my buddy Joey Lombardo owns. And they remember Turkey O'Toole at Bennigan's. It's a turkey and Swiss sandwich on a pretzel. It was.
I don't remember it, but I'll roll with it.
Okay, so it's one of the most popular menu items at Bennigan's.
Okay,
terrific. So the Whistle has brought them back in like little tiny, like they take like foot long pretzels, half of them, and then serve them as like mini sandwiches. But for this party, because it was so close to St. Patrick's Day, they were corned beef. Ooh. So it's corned beef and Swiss on pretzels.
Yes.
Oh my God.
Yes.
But my favorite is I show up when my entire family, the Zawoski family, has been drinking for 3 hours. And then I come into the party stone cold sober, and people are like, "You're here." Yes. They're like, "I haven't seen you in a long time." Like, yeah, I haven't seen you in a long time either. But like, you have to kind of like, Then you got to play a little bit of catch up.
Yeah.
Like, all right, 2 high lifes real fast. Give me a shot of something. All right, I'm feeling good. I'm like in the zone with the rest of the family. But of course,
that is a skill that takes a long time to learn, because let me tell you, one of my worst drinking experiences was when I was playing catch up, and the only thing I had with me was Killian's.
oh,
So I pounded 6 Killians pretty quick. Shockingly enough, later, that was a day in college where I used the skillful. I was very skillful in the fact that I was at somebody else's house, puked while sitting on a futon, but somehow got none of it on the futon because I caught all of it.
oh.
Mind you, I deserved it because I was like 5 steps from the
You like
bathroom.
caught it with your hands?
Yeah, like kind of like caught it and like pinned it in my shirt and yeah.
Yeah, it's bad. Let's
Yeah.
just skip that. We'll just
Yeah,
pretend
that's
that never
college.
happened. That's
Yeah.
gross. Yeah, Killian's is good, but a lot of it quickly, not as good. Definitely not as good.
Correct.
Yeah, it was nice to be like out at a party again yesterday. And of course,
Yeah.
like at the end of the night, like, we haven't seen you in so long. I missed you so much. Like, we should all get together more often. I love you. We're always family. Like, you got to have the sorrowful,
Yeah.
South Side. I don't know. I don't know why you just can't go out and say, all right, love you. See you later. It's got to be like a 25
I mean,
minute.
there's at least like some element of that's true, because like I know I haven't seen my my extended family in 5 years. Something.
Wow.
It's been a long time.
Yeah.
And it's just one of those things where I think like everybody's kind of doing their own thing at this point. So
Yeah.
just one of those things. I don't know. So I kind of get it, but I'm also a little more that way to it.
Yeah, no, I get it. It was just a great. I came home and Hope's like, "How was it?" And I said, "It was great. Like I just have not. It just felt normal.
Yeah.
Like
Yes.
we were all out there. Everybody was doing their thing. It was just it was great. Anyway, the I'm Fat Podcast is brought to you by Mazda of Orland Park. I was there last week. Test drove that CX-30. Really, really liked it. Think that's where I'm headed. Just gotta wait till the right time when cars are not 4,000 more dollars superfluously.
Right.
Superfluously.
I saw one of those on the road today, and I thought of you, and I was like, it's a good looking car.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with the navy blue. I know we talked about doing a white one. I want a navy blue car. I'm not, just because like it's not available right now. I'd rather wait and get what I want than settle and just rush it.
Yes, exactly. Because you still have to look at it every day.
Yeah, exactly. And white cars are from people from Florida. Are for people from Florida.
Dude, that's so true.
And I am not that. Not yet. I am not Florida man yet. Go visit Eric Vates and our friends at Mazda of Orland Park, 8910 West 159th Street, 708-444-3200, Mazda of OrlandPark.com. By the way, on the way down to Florida in the CX-5, I noticed there was like this rattling sound like in the door. It was like a flapping sound, for lack of a better word.
Okay.
And I'm like, I brought it to them and I said, I don't know what's going on. Can you look at this? So the weather stripping is like clipped into the door and the clips broke. So they're like, we'll fix it. No problem. We'll order the parts and we'll fix it for free. So I'm headed back there this week.
Nice.
So I'm going to go visit Eric again because I miss him. It's been a week, so I got to go see him again. 708-444-3200, Mazda of OrlandPark.com.
And then at the end, you're going to say how much you need to see him more often. And, it's really good to see him.
Yeah, right. Man, it's been too long. Dude, you were here last week. Please leave.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
By the way, you mentioned like potato chunks.
Yes.
From Bourbon Street. I had a Wendy's breakfast this weekend.
Oh, nice.
I had it a while ago, and I think I forgot to talk about it. I had the honey butter chicken.
No, I think you did talk about it because so my thing is I mean to go out for breakfast to try it, but with the work schedule Monday through Friday, can't really.
Yeah,
and then
it's gotta be a weekend.
And then I write every Saturday, Sunday, so I try to get up at a decent time to start my prep. I'm sure I could take like the 15 minutes out to do it, but like you get in a zone and you're just kind of like going.
Well, I'll tell you this. Wendy's breakfast is worth it. So I really like the honey butter chicken. It's basically fried chicken on a biscuit just slathered in honey, which is as good as it sounds.
Yeah.
But this week I was like, I don't really want anything that messy. So I just got their bacon, egg, and cheese biscuit meal. I tell you, The bacon, egg, and cheese biscuit from McDonald's is my go-to. The Wendy's one is so much better. It's so much better. The bacon's better. The biscuit's better. It's just better. And then it came with like potato fries.
Okay.
I think the closest thing I could compare them to would be like the wedges at B-Dubs.
Yeah. Okay.
But they're bigger. They're, you know, the wedges are kind of, the potato wedges are like maybe an inch or two.
Okay.
Whereas the Wendy's ones are probably about a third size big, like 33% bigger than those. And they were terrific too. And I think like the meal, thank you. The meal, I was waiting for it as I'm signaling 3 inches, 4 inches. Is when me and Rick have a contest at the urinal. By the way, I saw something on Vice that small dicks are coming back in style.
Really?
Yeah, I wrote on their Instagram. Finally. Wait, what?
So you're.
Yeah. Anyway, Wendy's breakfast, outstanding. But the bacon, egg, and cheese was so good. It was real. It's tough to eat and drive, which you probably shouldn't do anyway, because the biscuit was real crumbly.
Oh, okay.
Whereas the McDonald's one, like if you don't have a drink with you, you will die. Like you will pass away from a bacon, egg, and cheese because it does like expand in your mouth and it's real dense. The Wendy's one was a lot lighter and fluffier than the McDonald's biscuit. So highly recommend Wendy's breakfast. The only problem is I feel like they're just kind of like sometimes not doing it on a whim.
Yeah.
And when you're not, like if I try again tomorrow and it's not available, then I'm not going to try again for a while.
Right.
That's the frustration. It's the same thing with Taco Bell. Like they keep pushing breakfast, and I go to my Taco Bell and they're like, oh yeah, we're just not doing it today. Like,
I haven't even tried my Taco Bell, like tried to see if they're even open for months now. Like,
well,
I'm just like off a Taco Bell because that's the only one that's really that close to me. And it feels like it's never open.
Look, I'll say this. Even if it's a place that I adore, if I have a bad experience, it takes me a while to work my way back there.
Yep.
Like, it really does. I had a bad experience at a place we talk about a lot on this show, and I'm not going to bring it up. Not a sponsor. It's not. Just a place that we both like, that we've both been, and I had a bad experience, and I did not go back there for like a year and a half. Because it just rubbed me the wrong way. Like, I don't want to do that again. Yeah. And then, you know, for us, like we talk about a place, and if it's bad, it kind of reflects poorly on us if the service is bad. So I was kind of pissed, you know. So that's a place that's like gourmet. If Taco Bell's gonna be inconsistent, there's so much better stuff to find, you know. So yeah, that's hugely important. I hope places realize that. Like, if I try a couple times and you let me down, either in service or quality or just being open,
lowest of bars,
then I'm gonna stop trying. That's it. I mean, I think that's kind of a logical conclusion to reach too. Yeah. You know who's never a letdown? I love fries.
Facts.
54 South Villa Avenue in Villa Park. I'm doing the reads fast because we got to get to March Fatness.
Yes.
I love fries HQ on Instagram. LOVEFRYS HQ on Instagram. Check out everything they've got to offer there. It's all amazing. Today, they went on Twitter and they're like, what should we make? And people are just giving them ideas. Like, how about this? And I saw Charlie the Bacon Guy was throwing some ideas at them. Like, if you can dream it, they can do it at I Love Fries. It's awesome. The pizza box fries are out. 10 pounds of fries for like $39.99. You got a party coming up. You know, the Final Four is coming up. Get those pizza box fries. You're going to be the hero of your party. Rick, you love the ribbies and fries.
I do.
The poutine fries are my favorite, but everything there is absolutely fantastic. Go to the Instagram, follow them at I Love Fries HQ, because they're going to do way more justice than we will ever do. So 54 South Villa Avenue in Villa Park. I love fries. So I had a dream, by the way, that me and Sonia and Milan from I Love Fries killed Vladimir Putin. These are the things that I dream about. Like, I feel like most of my dreams are some conglomeration of things I've thought about during the day. Yeah. And they all just like, it's like blobs into a ball. So I was thinking about, I must have been on Instagram looking at I Love Fries. Yes. And I follow both of them, Sonia and Milan, on Instagram. So maybe they were on my feed and I fell asleep with like the news on. Yeah. You know, so like, okay, we killed Vladimir Putin. So you're welcome, rest of the world.
Go Bears.
Yeah, right. Exactly. So that was weird. But hey,
Yeah.
we have a closeness to our sponsors,
We do.
We feel like they're part of the family, and that
Yeah.
if I'm having
That's
dreams
'cause
that we're assassinating
they
world
are.
leaders together, so be it.
Right.
I
If
tweeted
anything,
that and they did not respond, which makes me a little bit nervous.
Probably a good call.
Yeah,
That's
right.
probably a good call on their part.
I did not say his name, by the way. I said
okay.
a certain world leader, a certain dictator, or something like that. So the bots didn't find us.
Oh yeah, you don't need that.
Yeah, I don't need that. I have enough of that in my life, quite frankly.
Right.
Oh man. One thing too I'm excited about before we get to March Fatness is I start this new job at CHGO on Monday, and I get a whole new batch of restaurants to try.
Yes.
I'm right by the United Center in the West Loop. When I went there for rehearsals a couple weeks ago, I tried a place called Rinaldi's, which used to be West End.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I got their chicken tenders, and I've never had anything like this before. They had a buffalo sauce that was creamy. It was like a thick buffalo sauce, like almost the consistency of Sweet Baby Ray's barbecue sauce, like that thick.
Oh, wow. That's really thick.
But it was awesome. It was so good. So if you're ever going to a Bulls game, Rick, or a Hawks game, I don't know why you would do that, or anyone at this point, especially after tomorrow, when everyone's gone. Rinaldi's, really good pizza, really good food, but I was in a hurry, so I just grabbed the tenders, but that buffalo sauce was outstanding. I never had anything like that before.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Oh, one other thing that I know you mentioned, it's a place that I went this week as well. Now, mind you, I got my standard order was Andy's frozen custard.
Oh, yes.
I had my normal where I got a Boot Daddy, and I'm very happy with the Boot Daddy every time I get it because, I mean, it's Oreo, it's chocolate, and it's caramel. Like, it's tough to mess that up. And you know what? They don't.
Yeah.
It's so good. It's just one of those where it's like, it's so good. I have such a hard time trying something different. I tried one of their seasonal things. It was like apple pie, something or other. I think it was in like October or November, and it was fantastic. But I'm waiting for that perfect seasonal thing to come back again to make me actually try something other than the Boot Daddy.
Well, I'm glad you brought that up because they have, and I did, the Cookie Casanova. Mm-hmm. It is a, concrete with warm, soft chocolate chip cookies in it. And when I say I'm talking like large triangular cuts of soft, fresh baked chocolate chip cookies. And then it's loaded with fudge. I got it with caramel too. Mm-hmm. It was unreal. Like I thought, because I usually will talk myself out of the concretes or the jackhammers or whatever.
Sure.
Just because I want something easier to eat in the car. And I usually just get I think it's called a freeze where they pour the pop into the custard. So I'll get the root beer one or the cream soda one. But I'm like, screw it. I'm getting this Casanova. And oh my God. I was like driving down the street like, I was trying not to die, but also I don't want it to melt. Oh, yep. It was not good to drive and eat, but I was going slow, so it was fine. But oh my God, if you're buying Andy's, try that cookie Casanova. But everything, like they do it. They did a drumstick kind of a thing with like nuts and cookie and waffle cone, and I think that is permanent now. By the way, that one.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, because Hope gets that every time, and it's been there since at least last summer. So I don't think that's seasonal.
That's good. That's good, and it only costs your firstborn child to get one too.
Yeah, I know.
It's the only thing with Andy's is it is kind of expensive,
but it's such high quality that I don't. It feels worth it.
Yeah. Oh, it does. It does. It's just like when you get something and then it's like, oh, that's like $7 or $8. It's like,
yeah,
okay, and then you taste it and you're like, oh, okay,
worth it. I mean, look, if you're gonna keep baking fresh baked cookies for me for my cookie Casanova.
Seriously.
Like that's a lot of work.
Right.
So it's definitely worth doing. So All right, Rick. Have we reached that time?
I think we have.
All right, it is time for March Fatness. March Fatness along with everything else on the I'm Fat podcast, is brought to you by our buddy Charlie the Bacon Guy. And here he is with the weekly Bacon Report.
Thanks, Jay. This week we have maple pepper, rosemary pepper garlic, jalapeno garlic, and stout bacon. For bacon jams, we have the original, the bourbon, and the apple butter. We always have the t-shirts, hockey jerseys, stickers, and winter hats. Keep an eye out for those April flavors. I'm going to make a very limited supply of the ranch and buffalo bacons, so get your pre-orders in now. For the Bacon Report, I'm Charlie the Bacon Guy.
Order the ranch bacon.
I'm going with Charlie standing in front of a jet turbine.
Perhaps. And his toupee is blowing in the wind. No. Charlie has nice, lush, natural hair. Much more lush than mine. I promise you that. I'm telling you, though, that ranch bacon, that is one of my top 3 Charlie the Bacons. I think it's the jalapeno garlic, the ranch, and that cherry Dr. Pepper was really damn good.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, that was really damn good. But hey, you want some of your own? Very easy. Email him, charliethebaconguy@gmail.com. He's on Twitter at CZTheBaconGuy or on Instagram at CharlieTheBaconGuy. Slide into his DM, send him an email, whatever's easiest for you. Here's the deal. We tell you this every week, and we will continue to. Shipping anywhere in the lower 48 is a flat fee of $50. $15.
I was going to say, wait a
I have $50 on mine. $15 flat rate shipping. So whether you buy a pound of bacon or 50 pounds of bacon, the shipping will cost you $15. So if you're going to place an order, double it or get some friends together and place a big order. You're going to regret not ordering extra bacon because you're going to try it for the first time and say, wow, they were not lying. This is outstanding, and I wish I'd ordered more. So get people together or just place a bigger order yourself. Save that money in the long run. It freezes up beautifully. Everything's vacuum sealed. So, like, I found some bacon, like, in the bottom of my chest freezer. It just slid down. Took it out, thawed it, ate it the next day. It was like Charlie had sliced it the day before. It does not go bad in your freezer. It does not get freezer burn. It's fantastic. So don't hesitate to order extra bacon. If you live in the Western Burbs, Charlie can come to you and meet you halfway. So get in touch with him. CharlieTheBaconGuy at gmail.com, at CZTheBaconGuy on Twitter, or at CharlieTheBaconGuy on Instagram. All right, Rick. Voting begins on Tuesday, the 22nd of March.
Yes.
On our Twitter account at I'mFatPod. Make sure you vote. Rick, let's get to it. Let's run down the brackets here. I'm going to whip them out, as we say in the old country. I'm going to start with the first bracket.
Okay.
Famous Fats. And our little bit of a rule that we set is that they have to be alive or have died within the last calendar year.
Fair.
We can't go through the history of fat people. It's way too big of a pool to choose from.
Right. And with saying they have to have been living in the last year really narrows the pool a good amount, which makes it easier for us because a lot die early.
Yes, of course. And that actually sort of sadly brings us to the 1 versus 16 matchup. The number 1 seed, comic genius Louis Anderson, up against rock and roll icon Meatloaf. Both of them died very quickly.
Yes.
In succession there. So the 1 seed Louis Anderson up against the 16 seed Meatloaf. I think both of those actually could go pretty far. So this bracket is wide open. This one is wide open.
It really is. I mean, maybe it's on the selection committee for some of the seedings, and by the selection committee, I mean me.
Yeah.
But it's fascinating that you look up and down this region and you'll find out in the next few minutes of just there's so many options that you could 100% see at least getting to the sweaty 16.
All right, the 8th seed, icon of the fat community in sports. He's been part of the bracket every year since we debuted March Fatness. Bartolo Colon goes up against the only woman in the bracket, the 9 seed, Melissa McCarthy. Rick and I usually steer away from putting women in the bracket because it's just such a different expectation for women. But
Sure.
Melissa has really leaned into it. She doesn't mind it. She's very body positive and body confident, as she should be, because I frankly think she's gorgeous. When she was Suki on Gilmore Girls, I'm here for that. Big fan of Melissa McCarthy. So 8, Bartolo Colon against 9, Melissa McCarthy. The 4 seed, Craig Robinson, goes up against the 13 seed, Brian Baumgartner. Who is Brian Baumgartner? Kevin from The Office. That is the 13 seed. A great fat. I swear to God, the chili spilling scene, like
it's incredible.
It just sticks with me so much. Maybe because you see it in GIF form so often.
Yeah.
But man, that is just, he executed that fumble just perfectly.
Yep. So believable.
Yeah.
And then just like the way it spilled towards the camera too was just perfect.
He nailed it. It was absolutely perfect. And definitely something that would happen to me.
Yes.
All right. The 5 seed, Danny McBride of Eastbound and Down, of the Righteous Gemstones, of all those funny movies. I loved him in Pineapple Express. That's one of my favorite things he was in.
Yes.
So Danny McBride goes up against NIU head coach Thomas Hammock. He's a thick boy.
He is, and he leans into it too, like because he was as running backs go a larger running back when he was at NIU and very successful, and now as the head coach, very successful as well and large. That's my guy, and you know why he's large? Because you have to live life the hard way.
Yes, you do.
Because that's NIU's thing.
Nice. Okay, the 2 seed, Zion Williamson. Just poor guy. He's like a little bit doughy, and he's the 2 seed in a fat contest.
Yeah. I mean, it's pretty much just for the picture of him in the sweatsuit.
Yeah. He's up against number 15, Hank the Tank, the bear that is terrorizing people's homes, stealing their pizza.
Yes.
I think Hank the Tank is poised to make a run this year. The timing is perfect for Hank.
It really is.
The 7 seed, Fatty McFatterson, the world's fattest squirrel, up against Kendrick Perkins. Now Kendrick is actually fat.
Oh yes, very much so.
That's a fat NBA player.
Yes.
The
And
3
with some very odd thoughts.
Yes. Another fat icon, the 3 seed, Seth Rogen, up against the 14, DJ Khaled, who is famous for I don't know why. Like
For yelling another one.
Yeah,
He's a producer.
Okay, does he like have his own songs? Or does he just guest and say stuff?
More the latter.
Okay, because there's like platinum records hanging by B96 of DJ Khaled, but I'm like, does he actually have records? I don't know.
This sounds like a Two Americas thing.
Okay. Yes, it does. Okay. The 6 seed, the criminally underappreciated Keenan Thompson, up against the 11 seed, Jack Black, who you want to talk about people that lean into their fatness.
No, not many do it better.
He leans more than anybody leans that I've ever seen. So Jack Black deserves to be in here. Probably deserves to be in the Onion Ring of Honor, and maybe he'll make it this year. But man, that is a tough field in the famous fats field. Rick, you want to handle the Fat Hacks region?
I will. The 1 seed, using a child as a snack/drink mule.
Love it.
It's so good. Takes on the 16 seed, Old Navy. Just going to Old Navy so you can almost feel stylish for 2 seconds.
Right. Before your jeans rip.
Yeah, exactly. 3 weeks after you got them.
I'm going to predict, Rick, using a child as a snack or drink mule might win this contest.
It's really strong.
I really want to know how we're going to put this on a T-shirt, though.
I was just thinking the same thing. Is it like Matt Nagy is bringing Andy Reid a drink or something?
There you go. Yeah. Oh, I love that one. That's going to go far, and this next one I really like, too.
Yeah, and then it'll take on the winner of the 8-9 matchup. The 8 is chips used as spoon versus the 9 knowing dumpster proximity.
Yeah. Now, if you're a longtime listener to the podcast, Rick and I know when we were ashamed of what we ordered for lunch or the meal between lunch and dinner, we know where those public garbage cans are. So there's no evidence of our eating ways aside from our ever expanding waistbands. You got to know where the dumpster is, but using a chip as a spoon, I will when I get like Chipotle or a burrito, I will order chips and then I'll cut the burrito in half and literally shake the meat out a little bit. So I've got some meat and cheese and stuff to scoop with the chips.
Interesting.
I do that all the time.
I respect it.
Yeah, part of my routine.
Except for the Chipotle part.
Oh, get out. Come on. Oh, by the way, I tried their pollo asado.
Okay. Fine.
I don't know. Maybe it's just because it's hard to differentiate the tastes
Okay.
when it's in a burrito. Mm-hmm. Like, there's so many other flavors going on. Maybe I just need to try it like in a bowl. Maybe that would be better.
Maybe.
I don't know. It was fine. It just wasn't like terribly different from the chicken I had already, in my opinion. Okay, sorry to interrupt you.
The 5 seed, sex counting as exercise.
Oh, you missed one. You missed the 413.
Okay. The 4, curbside pickup, will take on the 13 seed, stationary dates. So a stationary date being something like going to a movie or pretty much just the dinner part at a restaurant, doing something like that. Basically, so if it's a first date, you're not dealing with all the sweat and everything that goes with it.
Don't make me walk. All right.
Right.
Like,
That's all.
just let me sit and eat and watch a movie. Netflix and chill. Sounds great.
That will face the winner of the 5 seed, sex counting as exercise.
Or spanky, if you are, if sex is not an option right now.
Sure.
Both burn calories.
Right. And it takes out the 12 seed, create a combo meal.
Yes.
Which is another one for those that are longtime listeners will know that I would do a thing with some of the restaurants that were in Geneva when I was living out there of I would get one item from one restaurant and then go to the other drive-through and get another item from that one and create my ultimate combo meal.
Another one.
There you go.
That's Rick
now
stopping at restaurants.
Now we're hip.
All right.
All right, to the bottom half of the bracket. The 2 seed food reward apps.
Yep.
That's a really strong 2
Really
seed.
good.
We'll take on the 15 seed using I don't know the best way to phrase this, using a big food bag to hide smaller food bags.
Yeah. I think it's very clear. I put it on the bracket as using bags to hide food.
Yes.
But yeah, what you do is you slam everything into the biggest bag you have, then you throw out one bag, and you don't look like a big fat ass. Well,
Absolutely.
you do, but not for that.
True. That will take on the winner of the 7-10 matchup. The 7 is Fats as goal line secret weapons.
Love it.
Big increase in that this year. And the 10 seed mesh chairs.
Oh, that one's got some potential. See,
It does.
The problem with
as
mesh
someone
chairs,
with
though,
some sweaty legs right now on this leather chair.
Yep.
It does.
I will never have a car or a chair that's leather, because if I want the bottom half of my thighs to sweat, I'll just work out. Not interested. I love my mesh chair here in my office. It breathes beautifully. I'm never sweaty. Mesh chairs are a godsend for fats. And this is something I think normies won't understand.
True.
Because it's just like, what do you mean you sweat in your chair? You're just sitting. Like, yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Yes, but there's a lot of force going on those legs.
There's no breathing happening between leather and leg. Mm-hmm. That's a problem.
Yes. The 3 seed, aisle seat on a plane.
Yes.
That's a strong.
Yes, it is.
We'll take on the 14 seed, gummy vitamins.
That might be that's one that made me laugh the most, because it's basically candy.
Right. But you can say you're taking your vitamins.
Yeah.
Get off my back. Vitamins.
I'm eating the entire jar of them, but yes, I'm taking my vitamins.
Yeah, I know. It's like eat 2 or 3 a day, and it's like, okay.
Yeah, I'm literally peeing orange juice. I've had so much vitamin C today.
Right. It's like, boy, you have sex and you eat some gummies. It's like, what? I took my vitamins and I exercised. I don't know what to tell you.
It's CrossFit.
Yeah.
Same thing.
That will take on the winner of the 6 seed, tailored clothing.
All right.
Against the 11 seed, substituting fries for something healthy.
Ah, yes. This happened to me this week at Raising Cane's, where I said, hey, see that coleslaw? I don't want that. Give me more fries. And I said, okay.
Nice.
I do it all
That's
the time.
strong.
Yeah.
So that is your fat hacks region.
All right. Now we move on to fat accessories. Mm-hmm. Now, this one's been in here a long time. And it needs to make a run at some point, but it might just be a little too dark for our audience. The number 1 seed in the fat accessory region, insulin.
You remember how much crap I got when I first put that in there?
Yes. Takes on the 16 seed, skin tag removers. I don't know why fat people get more skin tags. More skin?
I like to think of it as the fat is pushing everything out so much that it just like pops.
Oh, it's gross. But
Yeah, kind of gross. Yeah, it's definitely one of those where like even I mentioned to you before, I'm like, yeah, I noticed I definitely need to get one of those for, something on my neck. And then you're like, I honestly never noticed. And I'm like, well, I notice it all the time.
Yeah. Some of them are very noticeable. But I honestly have not noticed yours. All right, the 8 seed collar button extender takes on the 9 seed flip flops. Two solid contenders, but I don't see either of them making an extended run.
No.
The 4 seed elastic belts takes on the 13 back scratchers. Another must-have for fats.
Yeah, a good back scratcher is tough to beat.
The 5 seed Alexa takes on the 12 seed dine-in movie theater. Alexa, great because you can just get your questions answered and not have to move.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's fantastic. Sure, it's listening to you all the time and, taking all your information and giving it to companies, but you don't have to move.
Right. And the dine-in movie theater, there's nothing better than eating a cheeseburger while watching a movie. It's like, I can't hear the movie over my chewing, but fine.
Yeah, I think my first experience with that was seeing the Bradley Cooper movie where he's a sniper.
Oh yeah, I'll never think of it, but yes.
Yeah. Definitely interesting to like be just like housing a quesadilla while watching him shoot people.
Oh, there goes that guy's brain.
Yep.
Good quesadilla. All right, the 2 seed, one very near and dear to my heart. Thick Talk takes on Tide Pens.
Very, very strong 2 seed.
Oh man, I'm really trying to help with the bathing suit try-on videos. I just want to make sure I am getting a strong informed opinion and watching it many, many times so I can give her the proper feedback that she seeks.
And you mentioned that there are other types of videos that are a little more, of the thirst trap variety. So I was like, you know what? I don't know that that's fair. So I needed to investigate further. So I went to said TikTok account and can confirm.
Okay, good. I'm glad that we are tag teaming this whole situation, so to speak.
Oh, yes.
Thick Talk takes on the 15 seed Tide Pens because we're fat and we're sloppy and we're always spilling our food. So Tide Pens are crucial, and it's always the newer the shirt, the bigger the stain.
Oh, it's science at this point.
It never fails. Another one that's been in the tournament every year. Compression shorts takes on a new entry and a great one, the moving sidewalk.
I mean, it looks like you're walking at full effort, but you're really not.
Yeah, no, you're definitely not. The 3 seed, another strong contender here, Air Fryer, takes on the 14 seed Suspenders, something I don't need yet, but will soon. And then, maybe this is the year, Rick, finally. See, if this was June or July fatness,
yes,
this would win. Gold Bond, the 6 seed. Takes on
necessity.
Yeah, absolute necessity for fats. Takes on the 11 seed double extra large T, meaning the tall version of the double XL, which means it covers your gut more than the standard double X.
Yes.
Essential.
The tall t-shirts are so key.
They're clutch.
Yeah, like not only being fat, but like for me being longer torsoed anyway.
Yep.
Like, man, that makes such a difference when you can find a tall.
I am both long and lumpy torsoed, so the tall shirts are outstanding.
Yes. So that is your fat accessories region. Now we get to what some may call the main event.
Yes.
The food region.
Yeah.
Where the 1 seed is a standard that has to be considered a strong contender, burritos. It will take on the 16 seed, soft pretzels.
Yep.
Because
really tough matchup for burritos, but I think they're gonna pull through.
I agree. When I was at the birthday party today, someone mentioned, "Hey, have you heard that Gnarly Knots is moving to Lombard?" I was like, "One, thanks for listening to the podcast, you jerk."
Yes.
Also, yes, I have.
Yes, of course I have.
And I'm very, very happy.
Yeah. It's
That
like when
will
my
take
dad texted me about the Hawks. Did you see this? Yes, Dad.
Yes.
Cover the Hawks for a living.
From 3 days ago. Yes, I did. It'll take on the winner of the 8 seed Chili.
Solid.
And the 9 seed, Fresh McNuggets.
See, now this could make a run because there are different levels of McNugget. Sometimes you go there and it's been under the lamp for a while, but when you get them right out of the fryer, it's hard to find a fast food item better than that. I love a Fresh McNugget. But chili, also, the versatility. Eat it on its own, beans, no beans, eat on a chili dog. There's just so many things you could do. Chili dip. I mean, it's the options are limitless with chili. So that's going to be, I think that's going to be a close one. I think chili's going to win. As much as I would prefer Fresh McNuggets to chili, I think chili's going to win probably by 2 or 3, maybe 4%.
And that's one where it's happening now when we're coming out of the cold.
Yep.
The chili probably will go further than if this was done in the summer.
Yeah.
So the 4 seed, butter.
I mean, naturally.
Yes. We'll take on the 13 seed, non-traditional egg rolls.
Love that one. Because my least favorite egg roll is the traditional egg roll.
Yes. And like it's like the new appetizer of the year.
Yeah.
It's just like, let's put random crap in an egg roll.
Southwest egg roll, give it to me all day.
All the
I'm here
like
for it.
Philly cheesesteak egg rolls that people talk. Yeah.
Del Frisco's, that's the name of the place. Outstanding.
Yes. And the winner of that matchup will take on the 5-12 winner. The 5 seed is pizza rolls.
Strong
Pizza
contender.
already in
Yep.
the Onion Ring of Honor. However, pizza rolls, a different thing.
Yep.
That will take on the 12 seed, the Wendy's Hot Honey Chicken Sandwich.
See, now we talk about timing, and this might be a little too early. You know, kind of like, maybe this is the year before the hot honey chicken sandwich really makes a run, but you never know. They're young, they're scrappy, they're ready to go, they're ready to pull off an upset. But pizza rolls, that's like the Duke of the tournament.
That's tall timber.
That's
Except people like pizza rolls more.
Yes, pizza rolls are not insufferable.
Yeah, exactly. Dan Bernstein also doesn't do a great impression of them.
Yes, that's true. That's true.
All right, to the bottom half of the bracket, the number 2 seed, Queso,
Strong.
takes on the 15 seed, Frozen Cocktails.
Criminally underseeded.
Probably.
You're talking a frozen margarita. You're talking about a banana daiquiri, a strawberry daiquiri.
Right.
As a
Lou
fat
Piniella
guy,
is pissed.
As a fat guy to be able to drink ice and get drunk, what more do you need?
Yeah, that's true.
Yep.
I feel bad.
It's all right.
I kind of have regret.
Queso is a tough matchup, but I do think if we're looking at a 15-2 upset, this is the one in this year's bracket, I think.
All right, the 7 seed, Pie.
Hey, legend.
It's Pie. Takes on the 10 seed, EL Fudge Cookies.
Yeah, see, this one I think maybe
this is
too much
two blue bloods.
It is, but I think EL Fudge is a bit of an unknown. You know, because I bring it up to people and they say, "Oh, I've never had that before." Like, well, you're missing out because it is the best mass-produced cookie in the world.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And then you go to the 3 seed, Cookie Dough.
Yeah.
I mean, this region is just stacked.
It's so good.
That'll take on the 14 seed, Texas Toast.
Tough draw because I feel like Texas Toast could really, if they were maybe the 13 or the 12, they could really make a run. But Cookie Dough that's a tough out, man.
Yeah.
Because if we're talking about if food couldn't kill you, right? like if all food was consequence free,
yes.
wouldn't everyone just eat cookie dough all day long?
At least a good amount of it.
Yeah. I mean,
and then so a thing we used to do at my mom's was with Texas Toast. We would do the Tyson frozen chicken patties in between Texas Toast with barbecue sauce.
Well, speaking of Texas Toast,
yes,
you can go try the I'm Fat Burger at Frato's Culinary Kitchen. 628 South Roselle Road in Schaumburg, FratosPizza.com, FratosBakery.com, at Fratos Pizza on Instagram, the I'm Fat Burger, the I'm Fat Pizza, the I'm Fat grilled cheese, the amazing giant mozzarella sticks that are award-winning. You are going to love Frato's Culinary Kitchen. I'm telling you, go there and you will not regret it.
Diabetes, heart failure, high blood pressure.
But it's worth it. It's worth it. You can get all those things at Frato's Culinary Kitchen. But, just maybe have, maybe a taco with lettuce on it the next day. That's all I'm going to say. But, oh, man, Frato's is so
That's
damn
fair.
good. Yeah, Frato's is so damn good. Okay.
It really is.
You said Texas toast,
Okay.
and I didn't want to forget, so I had to get Frato's in there. All right, give me the 611, please, sir.
Okay, and the 6 seed, Italian beef,
Classic.
takes on the 11 seed, Any Jenny's ice cream.
Yeah. I mean,
seriously, this region is so stacked.
it's so good. I don't know if I could live without any of these things.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, what would you give up on this list? I got nothing. There's nothing I would give up. Because I was thinking too, like Italian beef, it's one of those things when the seed is planted, you have to have it.
You have to get it.
There's no way around it. You absolutely must get Italian beef when the taste hits you. It's like White Castle. I'm good for White Castle once a quarter. But once I know I need it, I gotta have it. I have to. And until I do, I don't feel complete. So that's it, man. That's the Field of 64. Should we go through a quick recap real fast just for people who are maybe half paying attention?
Yes.
All right. The famous Fats. The 1 seed Louis Anderson against the 16 seed Meatloaf. The 8 seed Bartolo Colon against the 9 seed Melissa McCarthy. The 4 seed Craig Robinson up against the 13 seed Kevin from The Office, otherwise known as Brian Baumgartner. The 5 seed Danny McBride up against the 12 seed NIU head coach Thomas Hammock. The 2 seed Zion Williamson up against 15 Hank the Tank. The 7 seed Fatty McFatterson and the 10 seed Kendrick Perkins. The 3 seed Seth Rogen up against the 14 seed DJ Khaled. And the 6 seed Keenan Thompson takes on the 11 seed Jack Black.
In the Fat Hacks region, the 1 seed Child as a Snack/Drink Mule takes on the 16 seed Old Navy. The 8-9 is Chips Used as a Spoon versus Knowing Dumpster Proximity. The 4 seed Curbside Pickup takes on the 13 seed Stationary Dates. The 5 seed Sex Counting as Exercise faces off against the 12 seed Create a Combo Meal. The 2 seed Food Reward Apps faces off against Using Big Food Bag to Hide Small Food Bags. The 7 seed, I just love the way that one sounds. It's so stupid. The 7 seed Fats as Goal Line Secret Weapons takes on the 10 seed Mesh Chairs. The 3 seed Aisle Seat on a Plane faces off against the 14 seed Gummy Vitamins. And the 6 seed Tailored Clothing faces off against the 11 seed Substitute Fries for Something Healthy.
Now to the Fat Accessories region, the number 1 seed Insulin up against the 16 seed Skin Tag Removers. The 8 seed Collar Button Extenders takes on the 9 seed Flip Flops. Then it's the 4 seed Elastic Belts versus the 13 seed Back Scratchers. The 5 seed Alexa up against the 12 seed Dine-In Movie Theaters. The 2 seed Thick Talk and the 15 seed Tide Pens. The 7 seed Compression Shorts up against the 10 seed Moving Sidewalks. The 3 seed Air Fryers up against 14 seed Suspenders. And then the 9 seed Gold Bond takes on the 11 XXLT.
And in the food region, the 1 seed Burritos takes on the 16 Soft Pretzels. The 8-9 matchup is Chili versus Fresh McNuggets. The 4 seed Butter faces off against the 13 seed Non-Traditional Egg Rolls. That winner will face off against the 5-12 winner of Pizza Rolls and Wendy's Hot Honey Chicken Sandwich. The 2 seed Queso on the bottom of the bracket faces off against Frozen Cocktails, the 15. The 7 seed Pie takes on the 10 seed EL Fudge Cookies. The 3 seed Cookie Dough takes on the 14 seed Texas Toast. And the 6 seed Italian Beef takes on the 11 Any Jenny's Ice Cream.
Man, I think for putting it together in about 12 hours, we did a pretty damn good job on 2022 March Fatness. And remember, the winner of March Fatness enters the Onion Ring of Honor with pizza, air conditioning, and Andy Reid. Right? Is there another one? What do we forget?
What does Charlie provide us?
Oh, bacon. Duh. That should just be an automatic entry. That should have been like
I got you, Charlie.
Grandfathered in. Thank you. Yeah, bacon, Andy Reid, pizza, and air conditioning. So as you can see, the first 4 years of this is the 5th year we've been doing this. Damn,
that's kind of crazy.
Wow. Wow, that is crazy. So there you go. So whoever enters this year will join those excellent honorees in the Onion Ring of Honor. Remember, voting begins Tuesday, midday on our Twitter account at I'mFatPod. So make sure you vote. The bracket will be available earlier on Tuesday morning as well. It will be in our links in our social media bios. We'll obviously tweet it out as well. So keep your eye on our social media pages at I'mFatPod. But yeah, I think that's it. I think are we done? Are we good? Did we get everything done? All right.
I think we're good. I'm already trying to think about what I'm going to vote for in the bracket and all that kind of stuff. So, and not paying attention to the college basketball tournament. There's been some really awful basketball going on. Yeah, it's been bad, especially if you're a Big Ten team. Anywho, check out all our social media accounts, like Jay said, at I'mFatPod, TeePublic, Patreon, all those things. Subscribe to the YouTube page. Subscribe, unsubscribe, resubscribe, unsubscribe, and resubscribe to the regular podcast feed. Leave us a 5-star rating and a review if you'd be so kind. That helps us out greatly. And check out our sponsors, Frato's Culinary Kitchen, I Love Fries, Mazda of Orland Park, and Charlie the Bacon Guy. So for Jay, I'm Rick. This is the I'm Fat Podcast.
Diabetes, heart failure, high blood pressure.
All right, I think we got a lot accomplished here today.